What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I am Kendra. Kendra, which you prefer to call me, is perfectly fine with me. If you guys want to know how I got this makeup, no makeup look, Kendra's way, my way, child, I'm no makeup guru. Just keep on watching, because girl, we got a very hot topic that we're discussing, we're talking about today, that I think will help and motivate a lot of you guys. So yeah. Okay, so before we even get into this little girl chit chat, this little intimate time that I love to have with you guys, help you guys while I help myself, because that's basically what I'm doing. I got kids, IGK, I got kids. So if you hear them in the background, you hear a little noise here and there, they're not mutes, they're not animals, they're kids. So they gonna talk. I'm trying to,
don't look at me.
Oh Lord. Alright, so we're gonna try this again. I'm trying to keep them as quiet as possible so we can have our time and make it as quick as possible. So it had been brought to my attention a minute ago about how far I have grown. Not a minute ago, like a month ago, about how far I have grown. And I have did a video sitting in the car. So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm gonna be doing my makeup like a everyday no makeup, a makeup look, not a full face, just something just really quick, just enough to get me out the house. I don't do this every day because I don't wear makeup every day, but my mirror is right here, so if I'm looking over there, that's my mirror. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my nose. Okay, so and I'm not gonna tell y'all what products I'm using, because I'm no makeup guru. I just learned how to do my own makeup, and that's that. Can't teach nobody else. Like a month ago, I made a video sitting in the car waiting outside at of the barber shop where my husband worked, and I have realized how far I have grown, and you know, just where I was at compared to where I came from. And it was like a big shocker to me. I was like, oh my God, like girl, you really have grown. And I did my brows off camera because I really can't do makeup on camera. I can't talk and do makeup, but I'm gonna try for y'all because I want to do both of them so I can be able to get out the house. And I'm like, you know what, girl, you have grown so much. But then I had started to go back down memory lane, just trying to figure out what took me so long. Like what took me so long to get to the place that I'm at now. Okay, and so like I was saying, I was just trying to figure out like what took me so long, like to where I'll be 30 this year, September 3rd, and I'm just now getting to a place to where I can see myself, I can see who I have became, and I can visually see the difference within myself. And I realized that this is not just a me problem. This is a problem that a lot of people have, because I watch, you know, other people around me, and I, you know, watch their lives, because I'm a big observer. I watch everything around me, and I'm like, everybody is dealing with the same thing. And that thing is just feeling inadequate and not feeling like you have enough, not feeling like you are enough to get that thing done, or or become that person that you desire to be. And I just put up a what is that thing called, short here on YouTube. Talk about that yesterday, because I really wanted to record this video yesterday but didn't get a chance to. So here we are. But it stuck with me and wouldn't leave, and I'm like, why is this topic sticking with me so happily? And I feel like I just need to talk about it, because a lot of people was dealing with it, and I was one of those people that have dealt with it, and I'm thankful that I have gotten over it. But we live in a world to where it's so easy to become your biggest critic and judge yourself and compare yourself to everybody around you, and you watching, you trying to speculate how people are doing this and how people are becoming this, and thinking that they must have just popped up somewhere. All the tools and know-how just popped up out the sky, fell into their lap, and they just was lucky enough to be able to, you know, get those things done. I forgot to moisturize my face. Like I said, I'm no makeup guru, child. We just go with the flow here. But that was just a little color corrector, so that'd be fine. And so yeah, and so I just feel as if society makes it so easy for us to judge ourselves and to forget that we are individuals and that we have to have some sense of individuality to where we can stay focused on becoming that person that we're supposed to be in our next season of our lives, while still being able to be relatable and have some type of commonality with your peers and the people that's around you, and just have balance in life, if that makes sense. Lord, please let us get through this video. Please, Jesus, keep the kids calm. They would be back in school soon, like within the next couple of days. So anywho, we still have to have some type of balance. So being able to gain that balance without, losing yourself in the midst of, living life and trying to find out who you're supposed to be, and still keep relationships with people around you, you kind of become stagnant and you start to feel inadequate because you start to end up judging yourself and comparing yourself to people around you, and we fall into this deep, dark, sunken hole for just constantly feeling like we just not enough or don't have enough. And that was me. That was me 100%. Like, I used to literally sit on social media 24/7, not realizing that I was spending so much time on social media. But now that I look back, all that time I spent on social media, I literally could have been doing something so much more productive. Okay, so we're just gonna have little interruptions here and there because I see that they're not gonna let me make this video in peace. But anywho, I have realized looking back that I have spent way too much time on social media, feeling sorry for myself, and basically allowing other people's lives they show on social media to make me feel sorry for myself, make me feel very inadequate and very insecure about me and my life and my journey. I literally allowed myself to fall into that big, dark, sunken hole that I see everybody else around me and on social media and stuff fall into. And it is so easy because we live in a world to where you are judged for being different and you are judged for being yourself. And if you don't have some type of, if you're not sharing something with, a certain trend, you're considered, lame, or you're just not that girl, or whatever you guys want to call it. But embarking on 30, oh, excuse me, that was disgusting, that was trifling, excuse me. Embarking on 30, I have realized that that's the reason why it took me so long, because I was literally being entertained by everything and everybody around me, and not really focusing on me and me becoming and growing into who I'm supposed to be. And once I had pulled back from everything, because I just got tired of being a certain way and just not being enough, not being the person, becoming the person that I see myself or I desire to become. So I eventually noticed it, got tired of it. I've been noticed it, but like I was saying, I've been noticed it, but I wasn't tired of it yet. And you're gonna have to come to a place to where you are literally tired of it, and you will know when it comes to that time when you're tired of it. And hopefully some of you guys can't even get it before you become tired of it. But a lot of times, in most cases, you do not get it, and you do not decide to completely sit yourself down and change until you become tired of it. I became tired of it, and it took years. So girl, let me tell you something. If you're 20 something however old you are. If you're older than me, girl, it's never too late. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to, you know, cut all the bull crap out and start focusing on you. Pull yourself out of that dark hole and start focusing on who you are supposed to be in this season in your life. And I used to beat myself up for it for a very long time. Once I noticed it and became tired of it and wanted to do something different, I used to beat myself up for a very, 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 very long time. Until I realized that the reason why it took this long is because that's what I needed. Like, God will literally send you through, and a lot of people like to refer to God as the universe, and God made the universe. So I'm just gonna speak from who it truly comes from in my perspective, in my way of knowing and thinking, and my belief. God will literally allow you to go through the same cycles over and over and over and over and over and over again in life until you completely get the lesson that situation or the circumstance is trying to teach you. And because I wasn't getting it the way that I needed to, I had to keep repeating the same cycles. And it's not that you didn't learn anything from those situations when it first happened or when it happened the second time, just different way of happening. It's the fact that you didn't learn it in the magnitude that you needed to, because your future is so big, so it requires you to understand certain things in a large magnitude before you can actually step into that thing that's meant for you, or become that person that you're meant to become. And when I started looking at it that way, I literally stopped beating myself up. I spoke about this in another video previously about changing your perspective about things that you go through in life. And that's what really helped me on the journey of not comparing myself and not allowing myself to feel like I'm not enough or feeling inadequate, which led to me procrastinating and starting and stopping things and not being true to myself, doing things just to be doing it because this is how people identify me, and not wanting to be left out and things of that nature. I literally stopped beating myself up. I had to stop beating myself up because I had started to perceive it in a whole different way. I had started to realize that the things that was happening to me was not happening to me, it was happening for me. And when I started looking at it that way, it's like this light bulb, this bell rung in my head, like, girl, you need to sit down and figure out what it is that you're not getting, like that's not clicking. So the only way I was able to do that, and for the other people, for you guys that's out there that's needing help with, you know, judging yourself and beating yourself up, not feeling like you're enough, and feeling like that, dang, you've been going through the same thing over and over again, and all these different types of situations and circumstances keep popping up in your life, and you don't know how to stop the cycles and, you know, get off the merry-go-round and actually be able to settle into becoming you, the new you, the 2.0 version of yourself. I literally had to pull myself back from social media and everything else around me that was adding to the feeling of me not feeling whole, me not feeling like I was enough. And once I came to the realization that, okay, we have a problem, and then secondly, I realized that certain things was triggering this problem and or causing this problem, so I cut those things out. And once I did that, I kind of was able to see a little bit better what these lessons was trying to teach me, the things that I was going through was trying to show me. And I started to realize that everything that we go through in life, and I'm gonna say it again, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Like, the situations that I have been through in life, everything that I have, y'all see how I can't do makeup and talk at the same time? Like, I can't. It don't mix for me. But we gonna get this done, because I'm not really doing a full face. I'm just doing concealer. This is my makeup, no makeup look. But I was literally able to see that a lot of things that happened to me, a lot of things that I have endured and went through in my life, I was able to see the things that was pulled up out of me, that was already in me, that I already obtained, that I already had. I started to see these certain traits and characteristics that was being pulled up out of me, and strengths and superpowers that I didn't even know I obtained. Like, I used to be so quiet and just, quick story. Back in high school, my freshman year of high school, y'all, let me tell you how quiet I was and just off to myself. I was getting marked absent in the class for like 3 weeks straight because the teacher would call my name, and the class was very chaotic in Chicago, Illinois. It's a Chicago public school, so the teacher had no control of the class. It was always super loud, kids everywhere. So as she called them roll, she used to call my name, and I used to raise my hand like, and I'm guessing she didn't see me because I used to be way off into the corner. Like I said, the class was like really, really chaotic and just ghetto. I went to Have Park my freshman year. And a lot of people went to Have Park probably don't even know me, child, because I was in and out one my freshman year, and I got out of that thing. It was too ghetto for me. It wasn't for me. And I wasn't learning anything. But she ended up calling my mom and was like, Miss Cochran, Kendra been absent from class for 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So my mama come off from school, mama ready to get on me and punish me. And I'm like, girl, I've been going to that class. Like, I sit in the corner, in the back. I have nowhere else to go. I'm not the one to want to ditch class. Like, I don't like getting in trouble. I don't like feeling behind. I don't like feeling like I'm the wrong one in a situation. I want to do everything as right as possible. So my mama called the teacher back and was like, well, she said she sits in the corner by the window, so. So when I came to class the next day, the teacher walks over to the desk and was like, this is where you've been this whole entire time? Why are you so quiet? I thought you wasn't even in here. And I'm like, girl, yes. So long story short, girl, your girl was a mute mouth. Like, I literally was so shy for the longest time. I didn't start to kind of break out of my shell until I hit like my junior year of high school. And then, even then, I still did things the way that I seen them being done. I didn't do things the way that Kendra would have liked to did them. And Kendra, you know, would have did it a whole different way, went down a whole different lane if it was up to me to create the trends and what's popular. I did them according to what kept me popular and what kept me noticed and gave me notoriety. And that's when the downward spiral began, because I started to literally judge myself for not being like other people that had a name for themselves or was popular. And from way before then, from childhood, being a little bitty girl, every circumstance I went through from then all the way up until now, I realized what was being poured out of me. Child, me sitting here on this, right here in front of this camera, talking to y'all about myself, topics that's so touchy, is an accomplishment for me. Like, this is an accomplishment for me. Like, the confidence level that I have now, I didn't have back then. And a lot of situations and circumstances that I have been through have been the thing that pulled the confidence up out of me, made me feel like that if I didn't talk, if I didn't use my words and open my mouth and stand up for myself, that I wouldn't be able to become that thing or that person, or make it to that place that I desire to go to, or that person I desire to become. And when I started to notice that I was really harming myself, I was doing it to myself, I was holding myself back, because I was literally perceiving my circumstances as something that was meant to hurt me or come against me, not realizing that everything that I've been through was meant to literally build me for the next. Build me and pull out things that was already put in me before I was even formed in my mother's womb. Like, that was so crazy and mind-blowing to me. Like, you obtain so much, so much more than what you think you obtain. You have it all. Like, feeling less than and feeling like you don't have enough and feeling inadequate should be it shouldn't even be a concern of yours when it comes to you doing that thing or becoming that person that you desire to do and become. Because When I tell you that that is the biggest lie, any enemy can create in your mind, listen to me, I'm the one to tell you, it is the biggest lie. You literally have everything you need. And y'all don't understand that the sooner you do it, the sooner you can become. Like, now that I'm in understanding of what I'm talking to y'all about, man, it kind of makes me a little bit emotional to even talk about it, because like, I was just that girl like the beginning of last year, mid last year. I didn't start breaking away from that until end of last year, and now here I am. Like, man, when I tell y'all a complete 180, not 360, because I didn't turn back to what I was, a complete 180. I am a whole opposite way of what I was, and it feels amazing. Like, it feels, oh, that's, yes, man. It feels absolutely amazing. So just to encourage you guys, I really want you to just give it a story, because it just like, or just have this conversation with y'all, because I see a lot of people, you know, judging themselves and becoming other people that they're not supposed to become for the sake of notoriety or for the sake of being liked or fitting in, and you miss out on what's due to you. You miss out on your season of prospering because you refuse to, you choose to allow everything around you to shape you, opposed to you allowing yourself and higher power, which in my case is God, to shape you. And once you do that, and once you sit down and realize that everything around you is the cause and the reason, but you're the one to be at fault, because honestly, nobody put a gun to your head and told you to believe or, you know, go about life that way. But if your mama did it, and your grandma did it, and your great grandma did it, and your aunties and everybody else doing it, they going about living life thinking that, you know, the ways of what society says we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to live, then it's almost as if like you have no other choice but to do it. But in all actuality, you do have a choice. You do have a choice. Like, once you hear this video and you come to grips with what I am saying, child, it's been 13 minutes, 90 done to makeup, but it's all I'm doing. This is literally all I'm doing. This is a little concealer. You really do have a choice. Let me finish this makeup and I'm coming right back and wrap it up. Okay, you guys, so I'm completely done. All I did was concealer, a little bit of bronzer, no foundation, lashes, no eyeliner, lip liner, and pink lipstick, and that is completely it. That's it. That's all I did. This is my makeup, no makeup look. When I just want to be cute when I'm going to leave at the house, I'm show y'all what I got on in a quick second. But just to end off this conversation, you have everything in you already that you need to get that, to do that thing, or to become that person. Just look at your life circumstances and everything that you've been through, and figure out what it is that needs to be seen or heard from those situations. What are those situations trying to pull up out of you? And in all actuality, you probably already obtained some of those things. You just haven't noticed it because you're so caught up in what you're going through. Turn the social medias and stuff off for a while, so you can get out of comparing yourself to the next person, so you can completely see you for who you are and figure out exactly what it is that life is trying to show you. The truth of the matter is, you guys, we all was born with superpowers. We all was born with these deep-rooted deep-rooted powers inside of us to allow us to live an abundant life. And it's up to us to be able to pull those things out. And the only way to do that is to perceive your situations differently, so you can actually start to begin to learn from them, opposed to feeling bad about yourself and feeling bad about the situation and sinking into it and falling into it. I pray that you guys really get this message, because there's so many people that feel like they're not enough. Girl, you have everything you need. if it was placed on your heart to do it or to change, to become, it's stuff already in you to help you do that. You have everything you need already to do that thing or to become that person in this season. I'm ended off with this dream. I had a dream last night of this house that was being built, and it was weird because the house was sitting up so high. It wasn't sitting on the ground, and the only way to get up to the opening door to walk into it to see how the house looked inside, the house was still being built on the outside. So I imagined that the house was not finished on the inside. And so the first thing I said was, it was other people in my dream that I'm not going to speak about, but the first thing I said was, oh my God, I don't do the height, the height thing. I'm afraid of heights. I cannot climb up that ladder because it was just this long ladder that led you from the ground up to the opening of the house. And somehow I convinced myself to start walking up the ladder. And y'all, when I made it inside of the house was immaculate. Like, it's really no word to describe how beautiful the house was. Like, how everything was laid out, like the marble floors. Like, it was amazing. The chandelier, like, the house was amazing. It looked nothing how it looked on the outside didn't even come close to how it looked on the inside. But all it took was for me to just take those steps to get up the ladder, to get close to the door, to be able to walk in and see exactly what I seen. The beautiful, immaculate piece of art. And what I interpret from that dream after praying and stuff is that it takes you to overcome your fears and stop being stagnant. Stop coming up with excuses for yourself because you feel sorry for yourself, and literally just start putting one foot in front of the other to work on yourself and constantly build and constantly move up the ladder when it comes to figuring out who you are, who you're meant to be, and do those things that you know that you're supposed to be doing. And before you know it, you will be busting through the doors of the place that you always dreamed of, the place that you always knew that you would be at, or become the person that you always knew that you would become. And yeah, and that dream was just confirmation for me to let me know that to don't give up, and that I essentially came over my fears, became like I got out of that little rut, that deep dark hole, and I started to overcome my fears and put one foot in front of the other. And it was like God was showing me that if I keep going, like, it's going to get better, and eventually I'm gonna end up in the land of promises, a land of promises, the land that was meant for me to live in abundance and everything, happiness, joy, peace, you know, even finances and stuff. And the feeling I felt being in the house, walking around the house, was like a feeling of amazement, pure joy, happiness, smiling from ear to ear. And it was amazing. It was like nothing short of amazing. And so I just want to encourage you guys, let you guys know that you have everything you need. Everything that you need. You lack nothing. You have everything. Everything. And if somebody tell you don't, tell them to come see me, because I already didn't say it. I already put it out into the atmosphere for you, girl. So if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor, subscribe and thumbs up this video if you're not already subscribed. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.